Let's freaking go, guys. It's a beautiful Monday. As you can see, these are getting massive. This is how we should be growing right here. Consistent growth every single day. They get watered and they grow. They don't take any days off, which is exactly how you guys should be. No days off, no deciding, okay, it's Sunday. I'm gonna throw my diet out the window. I'm gonna throw my steps out the window. We gotta have consistent progress on a daily basis to get to where you wanna go. That's exactly what it takes. But today, guys, it's gonna be more just off the dome and kind of things I've been seeing recently that I kind of want to talk about. And the first thing I want to talk about is just saying and not doing. A lot of people just always tell me that they're gonna do things, but then they don't do it. Like, I am more of a actions speak louder than words. Like, I don't really care if you tell me that you're gonna do something. I would rather you do something and then tell me you did it, because those actions, you did it and then you told me. Not, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this and this, and then you don't do it, and I'm like, are you just telling me just for the fun of it, or what? Like, do something and then tell me. That's a huge thing, because a lot of people, there's a lot of sayers, but they don't do. Freaking rocks in the way. And on top of that, guys, when I was at the gym yesterday, a lot of people, the gym community is getting screwed, guys. I'm not gonna lie. People aren't training hard nowadays. It's slowly but surely people are just coasting. They're trained to mild discomfort. And it's like, guys, this is why we've been looking the same for months on end. Because your muscles don't have a reason to grow. Like, literally, if you're doing 50 pounds for 10 reps and then you stopped, but you could have tried to do 11 and 12, you have to give your muscles a reason to grow, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of you stay stuck for a long time because when you're doing 30-pound dumbbells for curls, you can do 10 reps, and you know you can do 10 reps, so you do 10 reps and then you put it down. And your body's like, okay, I did exactly what you asked me to do, so there's no need to get stronger. This is exactly what you asked me to do. Because your body doesn't know, like, how much weight you're doing, how many reps you're doing. It doesn't know any of that. All it knows is, did I accomplish what it asked me to do? Did I complete what it needed to do? And if it did, we're good. But if you tried to go for 11 reps, but you couldn't do it, your body's like, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do what we were asked of. So something's got to change. That's where the growth happens. Your body's like, we didn't do that. Something's got to change so we can do that. We failed. We failed. Exactly. We failed. So we have to adapt. And when your body starts adapting, it realizes we need to put on more muscle. And when you're putting on more muscle, you start looking better. Everyone I see in the gym, guys, it's getting worse and worse as the years go on. I'm not lying. It's in there. And I see a very, very few small percentage of people that do train to failure, and they make insane gains. They make consistent progress every single week. They watch their lifts go up, they watch their body fat drop, and they overall start building the physique that they're looking to build. But the people that are just training in there and they're coasting, it's like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Do we really think that this is like, I swear, yesterday I saw a guy had 20-pound dumbbells. He's just busting them out. He's just busting them out. And then you just put them down, and I'm like, yo, like, what was that? Was that a set? Like, that's not going to stimulate any growth at all. I don't think I saw him struggle even a little bit. And like, everyone, I see people just doing such light weight. They're doing just such little baby weight, just repping it out. And I see their last rep just looks like this. Okay, that was a good set. Like, no, when you see me in the gym, dude, like, I'm pushing to, there's nothing left in the tank. And that is why I'm able to do such low volume. Because I train my body to adapt to this such low volume. And a lot of people are like, dude, if I do 2 sets of 8, like, I'm not even going to feel like I even got a pump or I even worked out. It's because you're not going hard. If you're not going hard, things aren't going to change, right? That's why sometimes, like, I'll overemphasize. Like, if I see people around me, I'll overemphasize going to failure. I'm like, you guys see how big I am and how young I look. Like, you see how I train. This is what needs to happen in order for growth to occur. And I try to explain it in all of my videos, but no one seems to listen. And sometimes I just want to tell people, I'm like, come on, man, like, let's go a little harder. But obviously, I'm not that kind of person to go tell and give people tips in the gym, you know, because if someone did that to me, I would be a little upset. So I'm not going to go and tell people that, oh, you're doing it wrong, because they might think they're doing it right. And you can't change people's minds. People are stubborn. People don't want to change. A lot of people, they don't want to change, you know. They like to stick to their ways, and when other people say they're wrong, they get really defensive. So it's like, you kind of just have to show them, because, as I've said, actions speak louder than words. If I tell someone X, Y, and Z, they're not going to listen. But if I show them and they look at it and then they ask me, they're like, bro, how'd that happen? I'm like, well, I did this, this, and this. And they're like, let me try that myself. But if I would have just gone up to them and be like, bro, you need to do this, this, and this, and like, who do you think you are? Like, who do you really think you are talking to me like this? Which is exactly why I don't do that. That's why I come on here and I try to preach to you guys exactly what's behind my thoughts. And I'm not saying what I say is what is like what I say has to be done. Like that's it. If you don't do that, you're not going to grow. No, I'm just saying what has worked for me and like what has worked for my clients. Because I've worked with a bunch of different people, a bunch of different schedules, a bunch of different things like they thought this isn't going to work for me. This has never worked for me. But then it does when they start implementing these things that I say, and they're like, dude, like this is really freaking easy. It becomes secondhand nature to so many people, and like they've been stuck in a plateau. They didn't train to failure. They didn't track anything, and they're just coasting for months. Like they're like, yeah, dude, like I've been trying to lose weight since January. We're 4 months into the year, guys. We're 4 months, and people who have been working with me for 4 months, they're down 20, 25 pounds, making huge gains, you know? And it's like these people are like, yeah, like I've lost 5-10 pounds, you know, it's just I'm not really seeing much of a difference in my body, X, Y, and Z. And then it's like the people who have been in my program for 4 months, it's like, dude, it's night and day. Like they look like completely two different people. And that's because they put in the right systems, and they started training to failure. They started tracking their food, and they started tracking their body weight. They got serious about it. You got to really be serious about it if you want to make a change. There's a reason why only 1% of the world even has abs. There's a reason why there's a lot of people, there's like over 60-70% of the population is obese, because it's not easy. It's really not. And that's why a lot of people stay stuck, because they aren't willing to do the hard stuff. But those people that are willing to do the hard stuff, they're the one that gets results. They're the ones that really make a change in their life. And that's what I want to come on here and talk about. And now I can actually tell you guys about my systems a little more. First thing is first, guys, I'm really big on my steps. I'm on 86. Today will be day 86 of at least getting 14,000 steps a day. 14,000 every single day for the past 86 days in a row, no days off. That's the kind of consistency it takes to get to where you want to go. Like everyone in my program, 3 months in, they're setting 90-day streaks of getting at least 10,000 steps a day, 8,000 steps a day, like no days off. That's what it takes. A lot of people, the weekend comes and they slack on their steps, they slack on their meals, and that's where the progress gets ruined. And people don't realize that it takes consistent output to get, or consistent input to get the output that you're looking for. And I try to tell people that all the freaking time, dude. It's like when you're snacking at night, when the weekend comes and you get 2,000 steps and then you snack and you go over your calories, like this, everything's just up and down. Your burn is up and down. But when you have consistent meals, consistent workouts, consistent steps, you know exactly what needs to happen in order to get you where you want to go. And even when people do end up leaving my program, like 6 months, like they end up making a crazy change in those 6 months, they get to their dream physique. But then once they have this dream physique and they are right here, they're like, dude, I know what to do for the next 10 years of my life. And that's what I try to help people do, is just create this long-term success, this long-term structure that they can continue to repeat years down the road. And that just comes down to having a good coach that actually is willing to work with you and work with your structures that you need to have when it comes to like your work schedule, when it comes to your meals, like what food do you like, what foods do you not like, how can we seamlessly fit this in so that you actually do get the results that you want. And that's why people do hire coaches, because obviously they have the physique that you want, so why would you not go to them and ask them how they did it, right? You really just have to want it bad enough. Genuinely, that's just what it comes down to. You have to have a good why. Hey, don't be getting in my water. You have to have a good why. You have to have a good reason why you want to make these changes, because like, even people in my program, they want to make a change for whether it's their family or their life, or they're just in a really bad place in their life. It's never about getting the abs. It's never about getting that dream. It's never about doing that. It's always about making that change in your life for the better, whether it's for your family or whether it's for like not having the health complications down the road. Or let's say your parents or someone had a health complication and they ended up dying from it, or etc., whatever it is. Someone got really sick because they didn't take care of their health, and that's your why, because you don't want that to happen to you, and you want your family and your kids to be inspired by you, right? And that's the people who get results, not the ones who just say, bro, like I freaking want to get abs, dude. I just want to get abs. I want to have my dream physique. And it's like when things get hard, your why is going to need to be strong enough in order for you to get down to where you want to go. Like, really comes down to it, like me, my why was I was unconfident. I hated my body. I couldn't pull any girls. I just was not happy with where things were in my life. It was never about getting the abs, getting big arms. I just wanted to become that next best version of myself who could lead and grow and teach, right? I've told you guys when I was a kid, I was a big introvert. I was just skinny and just kind of a little baby. And when I realized that if I continue down this path, it's going to lead me to a very, very, very bad lifeline that I don't want to be on. So I put my foot in the ground, and regardless of the injuries, regardless of what happened to me, regardless if everything was against me, I still showed up day in and out, regardless of how I felt, regardless of what was going on in my life. I made that change because I knew it was what needed to happen, and now that's why I help other people do the exact same thing, because I know what it's like to make that change in your life and what it can actually do for you. And if you do want to book a one-on-one call with me, I'll leave a link in the description. We can get on a consultation call. But yeah, guys, this is completely unscripted, just straight off the mind. Now, I would like to hop back into my system so you guys can really get some true value in here instead of me just harping and saying who knows what, because it is good. It's good value, guys. I'm really trying to get you to have that mindset shift to understand what it takes to really get lean, because people don't go hard and then they wonder why a year down the road of them lifting, they still kind of look the same as they did a year ago. But it starts with your steps, as I've always harped about. You got to have consistent steps because that's going to give you consistent fat loss. Like, getting those steps helps you recover, burns more calories so that you can eat more food. When you can eat more food, guys, you're not going to be starving. And it's less about like calorie deficit. Like, that's just so basic. Calorie deficit. Like, well, no shit, you got to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. The simplest way that I can break this down for you guys is you track your workouts, progress those weekly. Track your workouts and try to progress those weekly. You track your body weight, or you track your progress photo. And once you have those two in place, you try to progress those weekly. You have your progress photos. That's how you build muscle. You look at those, you're like, okay, I'm building muscle. I'm getting stronger. Beautiful. Next, you start tracking your food. Regardless of, like, you just eat what you would typically eat on a daily basis and track it though. See how much calories you're really consuming. And then once you're tracking that and you see like, okay, like I'm kind of bouncing around, like I'm 2,500, I'm at like 3,000, maybe 3,500 calories a day. And then you track your body weight every day. And then once you see those two numbers, you just adjust, whether like you're eating 2,500 and then you see your weight go down a little bit, and then you eat 2,500 again, it keeps going down. You eat it again, it keeps going down. You're like, this is working, Or if your weight's staying the exact same, you're like, okay, we got to eat a little bit less. That's how you're going to lose weight. It just, people don't weigh themselves every single day, which is a big issue. You just weigh yourself like once a week and it can be up and down. Like, you could have a lot of water retention. You could have not used the bathroom before, and then obviously your weight's going to be higher. It just comes down to having those daily inputs of putting in your weight every day, tracking your food every day, adjusting that food intake based on what you actually see on the scale. And then once you have the workouts in place, you're trying to progress those weekly. You have your progress photos in place. You see yourself looking better every single week. You're tracking your food and you're tracking your body weight. And then those are dropping down consistently every single day. I mean, there's no, like, it's really that simple. That's how you build muscle and lose fat and end up getting to your dream physique. And when I say like tracking your workouts, guys, like I'm saying, like, lay it out for the whole week and just try to progress it. Try to get stronger every single week. That's a big thing people don't do. They go in there, they don't know what weight they should use. They don't know like what is even going on. And that's why I always say, just try to progress it. It's less about like training to failure, yes, this and that. But if you really try to progress your weight every single week, like, it's going to get to a point where you have to train to failure. Like, it's going to start getting really heavy. It's going to start getting heavier. And if you're not training to failure, I mean, it's just going to get to a point where it forces you to train to failure. That's what I'm saying, is track your workouts, progress those weekly. And then if you get to a point where you can't progress those weekly, then you probably got to take a look back at your macros and try to optimize those, or optimize your steps. But that's why a lot of people have coaches, because like, you can write down everything I say and try to implement it, and you can get pretty far. But when it comes down to like making little tweaks and adjustments to really take it to like that next level, to really not lose any muscle and just strictly lose fat, that's why people get coaches. And that's why I'll leave a link in the description. You can book a consultation call with me, guys. But let's see how long this call has been running for. Yeah, man. I mean, we're already 15 minutes in, guys. I really don't have anything else left to say. This was a pretty good video. I mean, if you just pull your notebook out, write down the little value that I wrote in there, and then just really internalize all the wisdom I was trying to put onto you. Take that with you in the day, in this whole week. Let's have a really good week, guys. Honestly, try to implement everything I just said into your week, and you're going to have a good week. telling you that right now. You will have a really good week if you just implement those things that I say. Start by tracking your workouts this week. Start by tracking your meals. Or even just start by tracking your body weight every day. Just see which weight's trending. Like, if you didn't track your food, just track your body weight every day and see which direction it's going. Is the food you're eating every day leading you to gain weight, or is it leading you to lose weight? Just having that in place is such a crucial thing. And if you guys have any questions or certain topics that you want me to cover, I'll just drop a comment with a question. Okay, guys? We got freaking the dogs are always coming out here and thinking that they gotta be in the video, man. But until the next one, guys.